Good afternoon, welcome to Clarity Design Tutorials. Today we're just going to have a little look at grouping and how to use grouping within Illustrator 5.5, Adobe Illustrator 5.5. All I'm going to do here is group these objects together so that the background objects are grouped and the foreground objects are grouped together. It's very easy to do. Grouping is not a permanent fixture, it's something you can add and remove again, so you can group and ungroup objects. The difficulty here is you can see that everything is on one layer, it's all overlapping, which makes it a bit more awkward to try and select just the words in front. You can see I've picked up that square by mistake there. So all I can do, I can pick up just the words there if I'm very careful about how I slide it through, but that might not always be possible. So I want to prepare this a little bit before I start overlapping these objects. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select these three objects at the top, these background objects, and I'm going to group those together. I can go up to Object and Group to do that. Okay, and that's group those together, just like that. But you might say, well, actually I want to edit this one down here on its own, but I'm selecting everything, and it's a real nuisance. So it's very easy actually to go inside, just double click on the group and you can go inside that group and it's isolated then, and you can move it around, reposition it as you need to, and then you can say, well, I am happy with that, and you can go back out of that group again. Very simple to do, very easy to do in and out of those layers. So we might want to go all the way back and do the same thing with Tank. Now Tank, I made this with just using a piece of type, and then I went to Create Outlines, and I've ungrouped it so you can see that each letter is selectable. By default, this is grouped together when you go through and create outlines from type. It's by default it's grouped together. So we can play around with the kerning a little bit, the spacing, and have some fun with that. So we're happy with it, and when we're happy with it we can group that together again. Simply draw a marquee around it and press Control G is the shortcut, or go up to Object again and you can do it in there, and that's grouped those together. This means that I can now move that on top of my background objects, and again I can pick them up. It's much easier to pick up the items I want. Very nice and simple to ungroup them, pick them up, just shift them out of the way, and press Control Shift G, or go up to Object and ungroup. Okay, there's something else in here you'll notice, which is the lock. It's possible to lock what you've got selected, or lock areas, which means that they won't be selectable in the scene anymore. So you can go and lock or unlock objects, and that can be a nice way to stop things being selected when you don't want them to. And there's better ways of doing that in my opinion. You could use the layers and lock single layers instead, but I'll deal with that in a different tutorial. This has been Clarity Design. Hope you've enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you again soon.